The sentencing phase begins this morning in the trial of Timothy Simpkins. The jury deliberated for about 9 hours yesterday before finding Simpkins guilty of attempted capital murder for the 2021 shooting at Mansfield Timberview High School in Arlington. Prosecutors say the video of the 19-year-old firing a gun and pursuing another student down the hallway was key. They say it shows he intentionally opened fire. Simpkins' attorneys argued he never intended to kill anyone and was defending himself after being attacked by another student. Simpkins, though, now faces up to life in prison.
And back with us right now, former Dallas Assistant District Attorney Haim Vasquez. We appreciate you being here this morning. So my question is, we're looking ahead to the sentencing phase that starts today. What can we expect?
Well, we're going to expect a lot of information, some things that are coming from the past, things that could not enter in the first part, the first phase of the trial, now can come in because they're going to go through character, what kind of history he had in the past, issues with being bullied. That also is going to play a role to try to lower the possible sentence.
Haim, after our last segment, you said to us, hey, a good talking point and topic that maybe no one's asking, but we need to ask, is why is the death penalty not an option? Yeah,
so capital murder, it's the most serious crime in Texas. Capital murder in this case happened because we have 3 attempted murders. So it's 3 intents to kill somebody in a single criminal action. Usually capital murder leads to the death sentence. But we can see that there are some exceptions. Here, the person who committed the crime was under the age of 18 at the moment of commission, not at the moment of sentencing. That could be because under the Constitution, we cannot charge somebody with the death penalty if they're minors.
I didn't know that, though. I didn't know that there was a possibility to be charged with capital murder when there were 3 counts of attempted. That's interesting. Other question for you. Do you know, or what do you think in terms of the case being appealed? Is that likely to happen?
Oh, it will likely happen. It will likely happen because one of the things was that the judge took out the self-defense. Even though we see the videos and the elements were put there, most likely that's going to be one of the points that the defense is going to use to try to appeal. Also the sentencing. There's usually always an appeal because you want to extinguish all possible remedies available.
We know it took the jury 9 hours to come to the conclusion of a verdict. Do you expect it to be as long? Is it more difficult when it comes to deciding how long he should serve in prison?
Usually say that the sentencing phase is more difficult, like as a prosecutor, to try to get what you're looking for than even the trial phase, the evidence of guilt. Why? Because now you're talking about people's emotions. Everybody was agree that there was a crime and that the crime committed. Now people are going to start factoring in the age, whether we want this person to be 30 years in jail and then come out in his mid-50s, or we want this person to serve a life sentence because of the heinous crime that he was committed. All these elements that the person, every juror is going to use are going to take apart, and it's going to make it difficult.
Does it help Timothy Simpkins get a shorter sentence based on the fact that no one died?
Yes. I think that's one of the elements the defense is going to present, that yes, even though a crime was committed, unfortunately, this happens, but there were no deaths. That's most likely going to be presented to try to get the jury to understand that, yeah, he committed a crime, but no lives were lost.
Yeah, it's certainly been an interesting conversation. It's a trial that's captivated a lot of people because I think anytime you talk about a bullying case and school shootings, those are 2 really hot button issues that you kind of have put into one for this case.
Yeah, and Haim, I know we're being told to wrap, but I got to ask this question. What about for the contingent of people out there who say, what about the kid who beat him up in that classroom? How does that work? Is there a possible way to eventually have another case where maybe he faces some criminal action?
Well, I think it's very important to look into it and see those actions and go and dig more into deep and see whether or not the statute of limitations has passed, because it's also important. Whether or not there was a crime committed of attempted capital murder, there might have also been a crime of assault, with a deadly weapon, whether something was used to beat him. All those elements have to be taken in consideration.
Haim, we certainly appreciate you being here to talk through this case with us. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Haim.